Tonight, Edo State government condoles with families of victims of Jatu market disaster, deploys emergency response team to manage situation. Edo State government restates commitment towards leveraging science and technology innovations for homegrown innovators to boost investment. And Edo State House of Assembly amends provisions of Edo State's Transport Authority law, passes bill at second reading. You're on to the EBS Comprehensive News. Very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight for the EBS Comprehensive News. My name is Igweduwa Egosa Eweka. Governor Godwin Obaseki has condoled with families of victims of Jatu market incident which occurred on Monday in Isako West local government area, which led to the loss of lives. In a statement, Governor Obaseki described the incident as saddening and disclosed that emergency response teams have since been deployed to manage the situation and provide support and assistance to the affected victims. He explained that urgent steps are immediately being taken to ensure such tragedies are prevented in the future, and urged residents to exercise utmost caution as the rainy season intensifies. Edo State government says it will do its best to cushion the effects of rainstorm disaster which led to the loss of lives at Jatu Market, Isako West local government area. The state deputy governor, who was speaking at the scene of the disaster, also visited Blossom Medical Facility in Jatu, where some victims of the incident are receiving treatment. Lucky Binomba has the report.
Engineer Godwin Somobayo said he had to abandon pressing official duties in Benin to embark on a trip to Jatu upon receiving the unpalatable news of the disaster for an on-the-spot assessment of its impact. The state deputy governor said his visit to Jatu was to commiserate with the families of the deceased and empathize with the injured victims. Engineer Mobayo said Governor Godwin Obaseki was deeply touched by the unfortunate occurrence and expressed condolence to families of the victims. He assured that the state government will do its best to ameliorate the plight of the people and promised that officials of the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, and other relevant bodies would visit Jatu within the shortest possible time to do the needful. The deputy governor, who was visibly in a sad mood, described the day as a Black Monday in Edo State.
It's so painful that we had casualties, but we pray for those that are in the hospital to recover fully. And we are not happy as a government. Our job, first of all, is to provide that element of care. That is why we left all our activities. It's a busy Monday, but when we got the news, it came online and we had to cross-check from our council chairman, and we had to suspend every other thing. From the government of Edo State, from the governor in particular, he said I should tell you that he's deeply sorry, he commiserates with you. It's not, like I said, it's an act of God. God knows best, but we will do our best, like we have always done. Like we said to you, the SEMA, the state emergency, even NEMA, they're on their way, they'll be here in no time. Because it involves human life now, one is not proud to say we are coming with palliative. It's not nothing, no palliative can replace human life.
You know, the one that died, you have to immediately relocate them, take them to mortuary, and do that sustain in the hospitals. And the information before me is that those in the hospital are receiving treatment. It's sad that it happened, it just happened simultaneously. You can see this tree here is more than 150 years a year in this market.
As I speak to you, members of SEMA, they are also on their way, and then they are coming to assess what's going on here and then see how much they can quickly respond to the issues here.
When they called us to come and see what was happening, by the time we got here, we discovered that the chairman himself was already here. The area commander, all the security agents in Esako were already here.
Engineer Mbabayo was accompanied on a visit by his Chief of Staff, Honorable Aziz Abeni, Chairman, Esako West Local Government Council, Honorable Marvelous Zibiri, Commissioner for Public Safety and Security, Honorable Kingsley Wagbale, and Imad IV of Somorika, His Royal Highness Obasule Idaye. Lucky Igbunoba, ABS News.
Edo State government has restated commitment towards sustaining and improving science and technology innovations for homegrown innovators that will attract major investors to the state. The Deputy Governor, Engineer Godwin Somobayo, disclosed this in Benin City while declaring the 2024 Edo State Science, Technology and Innovation Exhibition open. The event was put together by the Ministry of Digital Economy, Science and Technology. Moses Agboma has the report.
At the Victor Rifle Creative Hub, where the 2024 Edo State Science, Technology and Innovation Exhibition took place, students and inventors gathered to showcase their contributions to research in charting a roadmap for a tech-driven Edo. Declaring the event open, Edo State Deputy Governor, Engineer Marvelous Omobayo, appraised the state government's drive towards sustaining and improving science and technology innovations for homegrown innovators in Edo State and sued for sustenance.
The government of Edo State is an IT-driven arrangement. We are at an advantage because we have a governor who is an IT enthusiast, who does everything, who reads with IT, who sleep and wake up with IT. So we don't have a problem. The only problem we have now is how to improve and export to neighboring states. To sustain is political. In the next few months, we are out of this place. What becomes of Edo? You want to take it backward or you want to move it forward?
Commissioner for Digital Economy, Science and Technology, Honorable Falui Sibo, admonished inventors and individuals aspiring to invent to embrace the platform provided by Governor Godwin Obaseki in promoting homegrown talents that would attract more investors to the state.
All the exhibitions you have seen today, some of them are inventions, some are innovations, some are amazing ideas that people have tried to create. It doesn't stop here. This is just a platform to show the world what we have been able to do, and then the next phase is to invest. The next phase is to promote. The next phase is to progress, and that is the idea that the Edo State government is bringing into these innovations to make sure that it doesn't end in just this event, but in the next few years, you're going to be seeing some of the exhibitions you've seen here now. You'll be seeing them in the world stage.
Earlier in his presentation, guest lecturer and head of Department Science Laboratory Technology, University of Benin, Professor Emmanuel Oshomo, explained why Nigerians should invest in innovative science and technology, which will not only improve the economy but also boost the nation's productivity.
Science and technology education are essential for national development and production, as they provide individuals with skills necessary for innovation, problem solving, and economic growth.
The Deputy Governor was later conducted around some of the works done by students from secondary and tertiary institutions of the state. This year's exhibition is tagged Science, Technology and Innovation, a roadmap to national productivity. Moses Agboma, EBS News.
The Commissioner for Communication, Honorable Christopher Nihai, has accused the All Progressives Congress for continually orchestrating and misleading citizens, describing the opposition as clueless on issues relating to the developmental reforms undertaken by Governor Obaseki. The commissioner was speaking while briefing the press in Benin City. Again, Moses Agboma has the report.
The Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Honorable Christopher Neikare, while briefing journalists in Benin City on the strides embarked on by the Obaseki administration to cushion the effects of the economic hardship on residents in the state, accused the All Progressives Congress of continuously orchestrating and misleading the people on the developmental reforms by Governor Obaseki instead of commending the governor for his transparency, accountability, and capacity building of residents across all sectors.
Despite our best efforts to mitigate the sufferings that Edo people and Nigerians have been plunged into by the APC government through increase in minimum wage, free Wi-Fi in different parts of the state, free transport schemes that have benefited over 6 million Edo residents since its launch in September 2023, full palliative to millions of Edo people, free registration for pensioners in the state health insurance scheme, amongst others. We want to restate that the people are still going through untold hardship, and this as a result of the gross mismanagement of the economy by the APC as the government at the center in the last 9 years. It is such show of shame to see them sit before pressmen waving worthless pieces of papers as evidence for non-existent fraud allegations against the government that has enthroned transparency and accountability in the course of the administration of state's resources. The same way they manufacture this worthless paper is the same way they manufacture the court papers which they have used to misinform and mislead the people of Edo State and Nigerians in general. The same manner in which they manufacture the crisis with the palace, all in a desperate effort to hoodwink Edo people and curry their favor for votes in the next governorship election. The governorship election in Edo State is around the corner, and just the way they fooled the entire nation into bondage, they are hoping to replicate the same in Edo State, parading a hardly literate candidate.
Reacting to questions raised on the status of Ambrose Ali University, Radisson Hotel and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission invitation of state officials for interrogation, Special Advisor to the Governor on Media Project, Crusoe Sage, debunked the claims and encouraged journalists to be objective in carrying out their reportage before misleading the public.
Challenges with molestation of students by some, not all the lecturers, some lecturers. We have problems of lecturers trying to force students to induce to pay bribes for maths. We went there. We know the problems, and these problems needed to be confronted by this administration. Government does not have business in doing business by itself, but there are areas where the business is fraught with so much risk that ordinary people are not willing to go there. So what government is supposed to do is to go there and de-risk that environment, which is what the government has done. At some point, government will divest, because government cannot be running a hotel. It's not the job of government to run private organizations. As I speak with you, no state official is in the EFCC custody and rather in that environment.
The briefing affirmed that the welfare of the people is the utmost concern for the present administration. Moses Agboma, EBS News.
A bill for a law to amend some provisions of the Edo State Transport Authority Law 2018 and for other connected purposes has scaled second reading at Edo State House of Assembly. Assembly correspondent Robert Ogbebo has more.
Flagging off deliberations on the bill, the majority leader, Honorable Charity Agwobawewe, said the bill seeks to also repeal the 1993 transport law to enable it to reflect modern realities.
In Edo today, our aim is to achieve a first-class state in a nation that has refused to grow. And in that growth, we must make effort to ensure that our transportation system is developed in such a way that it will challenge any system of moving from one part to the other across the world.
The member representing Esako East constituency, Honorable Kusley Ugabi, as well as his Esa South East counterpart, Honorable Sunday Ojezele, were of the view that the bill has come at the right time.
This is just an amendment. It's not a new bill. It's not a new bill that we may need to debate. Just to bring the present one into reality with things that are happening today.
The Speaker, Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, described the bill as a progressive move to regulate the transport system in Edo State.
If you determine that this bill should schedule the economy, we say,
The bill in question was later committed to the House Standing Committee on Transport for further legislative actions. Having exhausted the items on the order paper, the House later adjourned to Wednesday, the 10th of July 2024. Robert Ogbebo, EBS News.
Edo State House of Assembly has called on the state government and the Commissioner of Police to beef up security in Ovia Southwest local government area and other parts of the state to check the spate of kidnapping. Again, Assembly correspondent Robert Ogbebo reports.
The member representing Ovia Southwest constituency, Honorable Sunday Agado, harped on the need for security of lives and property in Ovia Southwest in a motion he moved under matters of urgent public importance. The lawmaker lamented that the incidence of kidnapping has become so worrisome that the people of Ovia Southwest now live in fear, and notified the House of a recent case where a couple were abducted at SC, Igwebao communities in Ovia Southwest. Honorable Sunday Agado therefore called on the Commissioner of Police to take appropriate measures and deploy security personnel and facilities to the communities, including Siloko Town, which is a border community between Edo and Ondo states, to curb the kidnapping incidents.
You recall that about 6 weeks ago, I told this house that I was almost enough in my community. I also appealed to the house to help me appeal to the Commissioner of Police to be involved in the investigation. And I want to thank the House that the kidnapper is already in police custody.
Honorable Kisli Ugabi, in his submission, said the motion for security as moved by Honorable Sunday Agado is a wake-up call to all security agencies in Edo State.
You can work a resolution in this House, pass it to them so that they do something about this. The issue of kidnapping, we hear stories in the north, stories in the south, stories in the southeast. It's becoming a shame for us as a country. And for us in Edo State, we need to put pressure on the Nigerian police force here.
The Speaker of the House, Honorable Blessing Sherif Agbebaku, urged security personnel to step up their security network and surveillance to check the menace of kidnapping in the locality.
With permission of my members, what we do is to see how we can call the police and all other relevant security agencies to please step up their security network to make sure that those areas our colleague has just mentioned should also be captured.
Robert Ogbebo, EBS News.
Edo State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Honorable Chris Nehai, says the Obaseki-led administration encourages youths in the state to pursue and to actualize dreams that will help to become what they positively desire to be. The commissioner said this at a press briefing in Benin City, where an athlete, Gospel Ewosa Osaro, officially indicated interest to make history on the Benin's world record as the highest distance of 48 hours covered on a treadmill. Alufohai has details of this report.
Briefing journalists in the conference hall of the ministry at the Edo State Secretariat in Benin City, the Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Honorable Chris Nehai, introduced the athlete, Gospel Ewosa Osaro, an Edo indigene from Orion local government area, on a Guinness World Record attempt to cover the highest distance of 48 hours on a treadmill. The commissioner expressed delight at Osaro's determination and assured that Edo State government will give him all the necessary support.
We're actually very proud of this particular attempt, like we have all attempts, especially as it showcases us as a state where people can be whatever they want to be. This government encourages it, and we're actually very happy that Edo is coming out of its own to lead in all spheres.
On his part, the contestant, Gospel Ewosa Osaro, said his motivation to embark on the historic journey is to put Edo State on the global map and showcase the resilience and determination of Edo people, among others.
I've participated in two of the most big world athletics gold label events in Nigeria. I participated in the last edition of the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon held February 10th, and I was privileged to be the first 100 non-elite athletes to have crossed the finish line. And I also participated in the just concluded Okpepe 10-kilometer road race I have my medals to that to that effect. That this is the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon, and this is the 10-kilometer route.
The event will take place on the 15th to 17th of August 2024 at the Indoor Sports Hall of the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. The commissioner urged all to turn out en masse to support the Edo Sun. Also present was the permanent secretary of the ministry, Dr. Desmond Agbama, and the director in the ministry, Barrister Osaige Aisabo. Obofuni Alufohai, EBS News.
Edo State Development and Property Corporation says it is on the verge of completing phase 2 of its affordable housing scheme in Motan Garden City, which development started in 2018. In a statement, Executive Chairman of the corporation, John Zedomi, noted that of the 147 units of a Motan Garden City phase 2, 95 units are at the finishing stages. It is close that the corporation has signed agreements with reputable developers for the development of the phase 3 of the project in furtherance of the Governor Basaki-led administration's affordable housing scheme. A quick reminder here that you can watch Edo Broadcasting Service on Star Times Channel 113 and GoTV Channel 141. For more on our news, follow EBS Reloaded on Facebook and subscribe to Edo Broadcasting Service on YouTube. Let's also quickly remind you that you can